When I think of American firearms, I think of Ruger. Ruger has a great reputation being affordable and reliable. They're the everyday man's gun, but there's also a variety of options for them. It'd be the single 6 revolvers, the P89 semi-automatic pistols. You could go to the Ruger Mini 14, or of course the 1022. The crazy part is, though, what do we know about Sturm and Ruger? These two gentlemen helped develop some of the most popular firearms in all of history, especially with repeating shooting in autoloaders. They started their company to manufacture firearms for responsible citizens. Sturm, Ruger & Company was founded by William B. Ruger and Alexander McCormick Sturm in 1949 in Southport, Connecticut. Ruger was born on the 21st of June, 1916 in Brooklyn, New York. He began shooting at the age of 6 with his own Remington Model 12 from his father at the age of 12. In 1936, and he converted an empty room into a machine shop in 1938, came up with initial designs for what eventually became the experimental T-23E1 light machine gun for the United States Army. Prior to the partnership, Ruger has successfully duplicated 2 Japanese baby Nambu pistols in his garage from a captured Nambu that he acquired from a returning Marine at the close of World War II. When it came to designing the company's first product, Ruger designed a semi-auto pistol that incorporated the looks of a German 9mm Luger and the American Colt Woodsman into their first commercially produced .22 caliber pistol, which became so successful that it launched the entire company. Alexander McCormick Sturm was born on June 23rd of 1923. Sturm was accustomed to a lavish lifestyle. He came from money. One of his old classmates at Yale said that he'd like to dine at the finest restaurants, had custom clothing. He has a huge collection of guns, canes, swords, and heraldry. During World War II, Sturm was an officer with the Office of Strategic Services, which is the OSS, which basically was the predecessor of the CIA. Top secret assignments as a liaison with an ex-Hitler associate, gathered intel on over 400 Nazi leaders. When Sturm started the partnership with William B. Ruger and the firearms manufacturing firm, Sturm provided the financing startup money, Ruger provided the technical expertise and the business insight. Sturm designed the iconic Ruger logo trademark, which came from the mixture of a Japanese and German philosophy. With the instant success of the Ruger Standard sporting .22 pistol, a huge line with the MKs came through, varying over the next half century. Unfortunately, with all the success happening, Sturm had passed away in 1951 from hepatitis. And although Sturm had died, Ruger had left the name Sturm Ruger on the company, as well as changed the logo from the red eagle to the black eagle. In 1953, development of the Ruger single 6 revolver continued. It would be the new success. After the death of Sturm in 1951, Ruger continued developing rimfire cartridge-based firearms. In 1953, Ruger had completed the development of a .22 long rifle, .22 Magnum rimfire pistol, known as the single 6. The single 6 revolver came in either blued steel or stainless steel. The design was based off of Colt single-action Army revolver, and certain models actually came with 2 cylinders, so you could swap them out either for the .22 Magnum or .22 long rifle. Like a Colt single-action Army revolver, the cylinder is locked in, so you have to load and unload each round one at a time. Again, Ruger had manufactured another one of the most famous pistols ever. One of my favorites in my collection. With the success of the Ruger rimfire pistol, the Ruger Standard, as well as the single 6 revolver, Ruger began to develop another rimfire firearm, the 1022 carbine. Ruger had completed developing this in 1964. The 1022 has been in production continuously since 1964, making it one of the most successful rimfire rifle designs in history. Numerous third-party manufacturers making parts, accessories for upgrades and customization. Aftermarket for 1022 is so prolific that a complete 1022 can be built without using any Ruger-made components. It's affordable, it's reliable, it's fun to plink with, and you can always do all sorts of modifications and have fun with it. Nobody to date has ever been able to compete with the Ruger 1022. With the success of the 1022, Ruger began developing another firearm, and by 1973, they had introduced the Mini 14. This design was outwardly based on the M14 rifle, and is in its appearance just a scaled-down version, chambered in 5.56 NATO, though with its own gas system design. Since 1973, Ruger has introduced several variants, including those chambered in 223, 762-39, 6.8 mm, and 308 AC blackout. The rifle is currently still used by military personnel as well as law enforcement and corrections personnel, mostly civilians from the United States. The design by L. James Sullivan and William B. Ruger, it incorporated numerous innovations, cost-saving engineering changes. The Mini 14 has an investment cast, heat-retreated receiver and is mechanically similar to the M1 rifle in the receiver area, but with a self-cleaning fixed gas piston gas system. Some other firearms that were manufactured by Ruger worth mentioning: the Ruger P-Series pistols. The P89 was one of the first few pistols that ever purchased. Stainless steel, double action, single action. I fired off thousands of rounds and still functions just like it was right out of the box. You have the Ruger Black Hawk and the Red Hawk series revolvers. The very rare Ruger Red Label double barrel over and under shotgun set. And then the ever popular Ruger LC series for concealed carry. Sturm Ruger & Co. has been publicly traded since 1969. The company had grown so quickly over the years, they opened up multiple factories and plants across the United States. Manufacturing facilities in Newport, New Hampshire, Prescott, Arizona, Mayodan, North Carolina. There's some subsidiary companies that they do precious metals in Earth City, Missouri, Pine Tree Castings in Newport, New Hampshire, and Ruger Sportswear Accessories in Mayodan, North Carolina. In September of 2020, the company bought Marlin Firearms, saving them from bankruptcy from the Remington Outdoor Company. And from the death of Alex Sturm in 1951, all the way up until 2002, William B. Ruger did continue to direct the company. And as of this year, Ruger celebrates their 75th anniversary.